Good morning, y'all, and is it ever a good morning? I am so excited right now. Y'all have no idea. Well, actually, you probably do have an idea if you followed me for any length of time. You know that I'm very excited right now. Not only do we have some news on Dragon Quest X offline possibly coming out in English, but we have yet more confirmation that Saga Frontier HD Remastered is a thing. We heard about that first back during like the Nvidia leak or whatever, but now we have more confirmation on that. But first, let's start with my favorite game series of all time, Dragon Quest. So, Dragon Quest X is the only mainline game that has yet to be released in English. Nowadays, I feel like, whenever a JRPG comes out, we're always pretty much getting it in English, but that wasn't always the case. We've always had to kind of beg and claw and scrape our way for games, and Dragon Quest X came out during the Wii era, whenever it was pretty hard to get a hold of a lot of JRPGs. Like, we had to do that Operation Rainfall to get Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower. I personally had to mod my Wii and import Xenoblade Chronicles from Europe in order to play that. Like, we had to beg for these games, and Dragon Quest X was one of the games that we just never got. And it is the only game in the mainline Dragon Quest series that is yet to be released in English. However, this is a massively online multiplayer game in the same vein as Final Fantasy XI or Final Fantasy XIV, and that was pretty much their excuse as to why we didn't get it in English. It was only released in Japan, but a couple years after it came out, well, maybe like a decade after it came about a decade or so after it came out, they created an offline version, a version that you can go ahead and play that did not need to be online, just a single player experience. And a lot of people, including me, thought, oh, okay, finally, they made it offline. Now we're going to be getting that version in English. But that was never the case. However, it looks like it might be the case now. This comes from Gamatsu. Square Enix Asia has now uploaded trailers for an Asian release of Dragon Quest X offline for spring 2024. Now, those two trailers are coming out in Korean as well as traditional and simplified Chinese. They are not yet in English, but it's coming out for the Asia region, which is an English-speaking region. There's a reason why people use, Play Asia to import their games, because they come out in English. Hong Kong and Singapore and places like that do speak English. So if Square Enix Asia is coming out with these, it could very well mean that we are finally going to be getting this in English. We don't have confirmation on it yet. We don't. I'm just reporting to you what is happening. I am just keeping you abreast of the situation. It says that the Asian trailers only list the PS5, the PS4, and the PC as various platforms. We also know that there is a Switch version of this game, so Nintendo could be handling the publishing of that Switch version, which they do sometimes. Or, we could just not be getting a Switch version at all. But at this point, I will take what I can get. If it's digital only on the PC, if I have to import it from Play Asia, I will take what I can get at this point. This is my Dragon Quest White Whale. This is the game that I have not yet played in the mainline series that I really want to play. I am so looking forward to this. I hope that this is the case, that this will be coming out in English. I mean, if they're going to go ahead and translate it into Korean and Chinese and put it out in the Asia region, what's one more language? And now, remember this article back from July 11th, 2022, where Saga Frontier 2 was leaked for the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch on Play Asia? They actually listed it up for sale, and they had these cover arts there and everything. Yeah, that went down real fast, but people knew about it, and I actually went and I reported it on it back then, a year or so ago, to y'all. So again, I'm just reporting what is happening right now. This was originally released back in 1999 for the PlayStation, and it was a part of obviously the Saga series. And as far as the Saga series goes, I really liked this one. It was beautiful, it was hand-painted, it reminded me a lot of the Mana series as well. It was really cool, it didn't overwhelm you with a lot of different characters, like there wasn't like 7 of them that you had to deal with, there was really only 2 of them, Will and Gustav. It was a really cool, beautiful, beautiful game that I played back in college, and I really liked it. So I am looking forward to the re-release. And we know that it's coming now, yet again. You know, maybe they swept it under the rug after that last PlayAsia thing, but here we go. It says, the Saga Frontier character designer mentions the Saga Frontier 2 re-release in 2024. So yeah, further confirmation. This comes from Tomomi Kobayashi. It says, who handled character designs for a number of Saga games, including Saga Frontier and Saga Frontier 2. And she published a post in her blog today that mentioned a re-release of Saga Frontier 2 in 2024, but then she quickly edited it to exclude that mention. The end of the blog post included the following text. Oh, that's right. It looks like Saga Frontier 2 is maybe going to be released next year. My illustrations are in the game. I hope you look forward to it. The majority of the blog post is not about Saga Frontier 2. It's about an orchestra festival for the Romancing Saga series. But she just happened to, just be excited about that and included that in. And then I guess they were like, no. You can't talk about that right now. Take that out. And then she edited it to exclude that. But yeah, further confirmation, Saga Frontier 2 is coming out. We are living in a golden age of JRPGs, a JRPG renaissance, and I am here for it. Let me know what all of y'all think about this news. Let me know if you think that hopefully, we're going to be getting Dragon Quest X in English. I feel like if we don't get it now, we're going to get it sometime down the road. Like, they can't keep the 10th installment from us forever. They've got to give it to us. We've gotten a lot of Dragon Quest lately. We got Adventure of Dai. We have Dragon Quest Monsters 3 Sorrow's Journey. We have 3 HD 2D coming up. We got 12 coming up. It just makes sense for them to give us 10. And then, we got the Saga Frontier HD remastered a couple of years ago. Now it just makes sense for them to make the second game as well, especially if it's been in development for all of this time. So I personally think that these are very, very grounded, factual things that are going to happen. I am excited for it. And yeah, let me know. And as always, have a good day.